Hello, fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of February 2014, Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. When it comes to love this month, I was reminded of how love asks us to give and it asks us to receive. And I do think that this is going to be an important theme for you where it comes to love and understanding love and your lessons in love this month. So let me start off by saying, with love asking us to give, yes, there is an element of giving emotionally, of course. There's an element of giving energetically as well. But really, in more traditional ways of looking at the sky, there's also an element there, of course, of financially as well. And even today, a lot of relationships ask us to make sort of a financial agreements as part of partnership and as part of love. Now, for those of you in established bonds, I do think that there's going to be a renegotiation of sorts, especially once we get you towards the later part of the month, that has to do with really looking at who is giving what in every area, emotionally and practically as well, and deciding if you are comfortable with what you are being asked to share. Now, last month, I talked to you about how there was this brand new fresh cycle coming up in love, and that provided a lot of fresh energy, which is great, and allowed sort of a bond to take place, if you will. And then we get you to the middle of this month, the attention comes back on you where you are really looking at who this other person is and deciding if the truth of everything you see is good for you or it isn't. And then we get you to the end of the month, and that's when this whole notion of, okay, you've honored the fact that you see what is there, you've honored the reality of the situation, you've made your choices, decided what stays and what goes. Now, what are you willing to give? What are you willing to invest to ensure that this bond is one that can last quite a while for a long time to come? I am going to advise you to be a little cautious with this energy, okay? Because it is often said that you cannot buy love. And I want you to be mindful of that whatever care you give can never really be replaced by providing financial resources. And yet that doesn't mean that that doesn't have its place as well. But you have to be at peace with what it is that you are giving. You have to feel that you are in a space where you are actually giving from a place of open-heartedness and feeling that so much is being returned to you and not feeling that you are giving more than you are getting. And that's really going to be the honest evaluation that takes place for you this month. So for those of you in established bonds, it's clear that this theme, this topic can come up, and it does look like it's not just sort of an isolated sort of thing, but it's very likely that this theme seems to come up for you in a way that is a continuation of a larger conversation that has been taking place as you figure out what it is, what this exchange, give and take cycle is going to be in your relationship and how you're going to continue to negotiate that. For those of you not in established bonds, those of you open to love are going to find if you've met somebody new, there could be a further solidification of that bond. And as that further solidification takes place, there are going to need to be some important considerations for you where it comes to understanding what you're giving financially, what you're giving emotionally, and if that works for you or if it doesn't. And for those of you really open out there, you're going to have to be mindful of where maybe you are, they talk about Leo being the sign of confidence, and that really is when you are at your best. That really is when you shine. And being generous is a part of that. That's one of your strengths as a Leo. But you just want to be mindful that you are giving from that place of genuine generosity and not from a place of hiding any sort of insecurity that might be there. And that ultimately is your work to do. That ultimately is your spiritual work to do. And that really is where your learning opportunity comes in as well. As I said, you cannot buy love, of course, but you can understand the role that what buying and what giving and what emotional support and what other types of support are going to play in your expression of love, and in your acceptance of love as well. It is a blending this month of the practical elements of being with another person and the emotional elements as well. And if you can navigate this lesson, then you will find the perfect bridge that allows you to feel that there is a fair energetic exchange taking place. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.